onto your back, so you can keep your knees bent if you want to. And we're just going to arrive in this space. Just take a couple of moments to get comfortable. You can adjust. You can even get a little bit of movement here if you need to by rocking the knees from side to side. So anything that you need before coming to some stillness. And as always, just check in. Maybe asking yourself that question of how are you feeling? Physically, emotionally, mentally. And then bring your hands to your belly. So I'm bringing my right hand down first, my left hand on top. And then just start to create some circles with your hand on your belly. So going in a clockwise direction. So imagine your hands are just tracing a circle. Just a bit of love for the belly, for the digestive system. You can be as gentle with your hands or maybe pushing a little bit firmer. So these abdominal massages are really, really good. I always think this is definitely almost like the center of the body. This is where I hold a lot of emotions, and our gut health is really important for the rest of our health, for mental health, for our physical well-being. If our gut flora and things isn't right, it can really knock everything else off balance. And then just come back to stillness. Relax through your shoulders. The hands can remain gently placed on your belly. Start to deepen the breath. Taking some more cleansing breaths here as you release. Perhaps releasing that breath through the mouth. Take one more. And then release the hands and just reach the arms up above the head. Taking a stretch here. Feet firmly planted on the ground. Full breath. Breathe into the left and right side of the body. Into the lungs. Taking that full breath in. And as we breathe out, bringing the hands back down by the side. Moving the arms with the breath. Breathe in, reach the arms up. And behind you. Exhale, floating the hands down by the side. 3 more. And start to get that little bit of movement through the spine. Notice how when you reach the arms up, you have that curve in the lumbar area. And as the hands come back down, you can gently push that area into the mat. 1 more. And this time, inviting the hips into the movement. So keeping the feet grounded. Inhale, lifting the hips, lifting the arms. Notice how this feels. If this is too much, you can just start by lifting the hips. On an exhale, lowering hips and hands back down to the mat. Again, 4 more of these. Move with your breath. On this last one, maybe just hold, reaching the arms behind you, keeping those hips lifted, breathing into the belly, into the ribs, all the way up towards the throat. Exhale, release hips and hands. And then lifting the knees, the feet off the floor, bringing the knees into the chest and just giving yourself a little bit of a hug here, rocking from side to side. So just notice how the hips feel as you move from side to side. My right hip's definitely feeling tighter. And then releasing the left foot down to the ground. Send the right foot up towards the ceiling. Bring your hands behind the right thigh. And just gently pulling the hands towards that thigh and pushing the thigh against the hands, flexing through the foot. Have a soft bend in that knee if you need to. And then relaxing through that leg. Hold on to this right knee, either with both hands or one hand, and you're just going to start to create some circles here. So entirely up to you. You can keep that left leg bent, or you can send it long. Sometimes you end up with a bit more space with that left leg reaching out. Just getting a little bit of movement in here. Reverse the circle, take it the other way. You can move as slow as you want to. And then we will take that right knee over to the left side. Just take a twist. Right arm out to the side. You can bend at the elbow, entirely up to you. It can just be placed gently. Take a breath. And then coming back through center, plant the right foot on the ground, lifting that left leg. Send the left foot up towards the ceiling, and again, hands behind this left thigh. Creating that slight resistance here as you push the leg against the hands, and the hands pulling against the leg. Flexing through that foot. Take another breath. And then slowly soften into that leg. And again, we're just going to create some circles here. So you can keep that right leg bent, or again, feel free to send it long. Trying to anchor that right hip down if that leg's extended. So the movements in the hip, in this left hip. Reverse, take it the other way. Nice. And then bringing this left knee all the way across the body with the right hand. And this left hand can be by your side. And again, you can cactus the arm, or maybe keep it a little bit more gentle first of all, just bringing the hand down by the side. So your choice. You can turn your gaze in the opposite direction. And then slowly coming back through center. Hugging both knees in. This time hands on the kneecaps, fingertips facing down towards the toes, and just start to take a couple of circles one way, not here for too long. And then take them the other way. Just a nice little massage for the lower back, the top of the glutes, especially the slower you move. And then you can either roll over to one side, or you can rock and roll all the way up to seated. And we're going to come over onto our knees. And if you need to pad out the knees or put a little bit of padding in between the thighs and the calves, then please do. Sinking the hips back as far as is comfortable. So if you're up here, this is fine. Maybe you're here, Hands reaching out in front of you. Gently release the head. So imagine you're trying to melt the heart a little bit further towards the ground. The forehead doesn't have to touch, so it can just be in the space between the upper arms. Take a breath. Breathing into the lower back. And then look up slightly as you bring your body over towards the right side. Your right hand's going to plant on the right side of the body. As you lift the hips, lift the left arm, take a side stretch here. So you can be here if you want to, keep it a little bit more relaxed, or maybe lifting up. Just reaching all the way up through the left hip, through the left side of the body. And then release, come back down, walk the hands through center, take them over to the left, and again, reaching up here, maybe right hand lifts over the top, or you can be here. So just getting a stretch. Exhale, coming back down, hands out in front of you. Take another breath here. Inhale, slowly coming up onto our hands and knees, keeping the knees and the feet parallel. Left hand down, reach the right hand out to the side. Exhale, thread the right hand through, coming into our thread the needle pose. And this left hand maybe up towards the sky, or maybe wrapping it around, holding on to the crease of the right hip. Take a breath here. Release left hand down. Come up, again, moving over to this left side. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up and around to the right. Coming back forward, left hand comes back down, right hand comes down. Inhale, take the left arm up. Take the left hand under, thread the needle. Reaching the right arm up, or maybe taking that bind, or bringing the right hand to rest on the lower back. Rolling this right shoulder back. Take a breath. And exhale, release the right hand down, pushing yourself back up, walking your hands to the left, to the right, and then sweeping the left arm up, the right arm up, using our side strength, our core strength, bringing the hands all the way down, sweeping them forward, coming back into hands and knees, curl the toes under, lift the hips, come into our downward facing dog. Take a breath here, breathing deep, using that out breath to soften and relax. Find those places that perhaps you're still clenching, still holding. Full breath. Exhale, lower the knees down to the mat, come onto the top of the feet. Inhale into our cow pose. Exhale, tucking the chin, rounding through. Then again. Feeling that movement through the spine, that stretch in the front of the body, the back of the body. Clawing through those fingertips, dropping the ears away from the shoulders. Maybe close your eyes, just take a few more movements here with your breath. And then slowly coming back to center. Curl the toes under, lifting the hips back to our down dog. You can rock those hips from side to side, You can shake off the head. And then from here, anchor through that right foot, just gently peeling this left leg up. So don't feel like it has to be really high and stretching. So just find a place that works for you. You can start to rotate that left ankle. Navel draws up and in. And then bringing this left knee towards the front. If you need to lower that right knee down, then please do. We're going to step the left foot up. We're going to lower the right knee down to the ground. Come onto the top of that right foot. So coming into our low lunge here. Come up onto the fingertips. So you're lifting the chest a little bit higher. Again, you can find a little bit of movement here in the hips. Roll those shoulders back. Anchor down through the top of that right foot, getting a stretch in the front of this right hip, into the hip flexor. And then from here, we're going to release the hands. The palms are going to face forward. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up, coming up so the legs are active. And then exhale, sink those hips down. So we're going to start to create some circles here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down, hands come towards the front. Inhale, maybe bring those arms further back, opening up through the chest. Exhale, down. So just do a few here, moving with your breath. The next time you inhale up, reach the arms all the way up above the head, anchor down through the feet. Exhale, right hand comes forward, left hand comes back. Open up through the chest, maybe you sink the hips down a little bit. Left hand's going to come back towards this right thigh. Open up, right arm up. And again, you can keep the gaze out to the side. You can look up towards the hand, find just a comfortable place in the neck. So if you're in a position you're thinking, I can really feel this pulling down here or into the shoulder, change the position of the head. Navel draws in. Full breath, inhale. Exhale, release, left hand down, left hand reaches up, lift up through the hips briefly. Exhale, hands come down to the floor. Tuck the toes, so curl those toes under, lifting up. From here, we're just going to straighten through that front leg. Coming into our pyramid variation on fingertips, or if you have blocks, you can have the blocks here. Don't feel like this left knee has to be dead straight. So it might be that this is enough. Inhale, create that length through the spine. Exhale, folding over that left leg. On the toes of that right foot. Find your breath here. And then soften into this left knee. You're going to pivot this right heel down. And we're going to come all the way up into Warrior Two. So finding our Warrior Two. Sinking those hips down. If you need to shorten this stance, you can. Relax through the shoulders. Full breath. Reverse warrior. Bring the right hand to the right leg. Exhale, left elbow to left knee, extended side angle. Take a breath here. And then straighten through that left leg. Bring the left hand down to either the floor or the shin, taking our Trikonasana, our triangle pose. Open up through the chest, roll this right arm back slightly. The right hip is coming back, the left hip is tucking under. Full breath. Exhale, soften into that left knee, pivot the foot back round, right hand comes down to the floor, left hand peels up into the side stretch. And then left hand comes down. Step the left foot back into our downward dog. Take 3 breaths here. Allow that space, that expansion, almost like the shoulders are spreading left to right, away from each other. One more breath. Anchor down through this left foot. Inhale, lift the right leg up behind you. Again, doesn't have to be too high. And then just start to get some circles here in the foot, in the ankle. Release through the head. And then we're going to draw this right knee in towards the chest. And then step the right foot up. Lower that left knee down to the ground. Come on to the left, to the top of that left foot. And again, being on the fingertips here, so creating a bit more space. Breathing deep. Again, that awareness in that left leg, particularly the left foot. It's amazing how when you really start to push through that left foot, it changes the stretch in this left thigh. Releasing the hands, strong in the legs, palms facing forward. We inhale, reach up, lifting up through the hips, reach the arms up. As we exhale, sink the hips down, hands come forward. The chest can come forward, so you can start to invite the whole body into the movement. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale to fold. Keep moving with the breath. Anchor down through those feet. One more. Inhale again, reach those arms all the way up, strong in the legs, navel drawing in. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand back. And then bring the right hand down to the back of this left thigh. You can sink the hips forward and down as you reach the left arm up. And again, have a play with the position of the head. Find a place that works for you, all different. You can always lean right back into this pose if you want to. Take another breath here. Exhale. Inhale. Drop that right hand down to reach up. Exhale, hands come down to the floor. Curl the back toes under, lifting the hips, staying on the toes of that back foot, starting to straighten through this front leg. Inhale, find length. Exhale, folding over. Pyramid pose. Drawing this this right hip back, left hip forward. So just trying to level off the hips. A micro bend in this right knee, or maybe a real generous bend. Take another breath. Soften into this right knee as you pivot the left heel down to the ground. And we're going to come all the way up into our warrior two. So arrive here, adjust where needed. Open up through the chest. Relax through the shoulders. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reaching up towards the ceiling, left hand tracing down the left leg. Exhale, right elbow down to the right knee, left hand reaching over. Relax through the shoulders, find the breath. And then start to straighten through this right leg as you bring the right hand either down to the shin or to the floor. Send the left arm up. Or feel free, if you want to keep that left arm reaching forward, you can. So full awareness here. Breathing deep into the body. Find some softness. And then bending into this front knee. Bring the left hand down. Pivot the back foot. Reach that right arm up. Right hand comes down to the floor. Step the right foot back into our downward dog. Pedal through the feet. Breathing deep. Inhale, rolling forwards. Feel free to come up on the toes. So you roll forward into plank. You can lower the knees here if you wish. Lowering all the way down to the belly. Come on to the top of the feet. Inhale into our cobra. Exhale, sliding back down. Slide those hands forward, coming up onto the elbows into our Sphinx Pose. Roll the shoulders back, chest opening. Imagine that you're drawing these shoulders back and slightly away from each other. Hands are anchored. And again, imagine that you're trying to slide the hands back towards you. Anchoring down through the feet, the pelvis. In our Sphinx Pose. You can drop the chin to your chest. Feel that stretch through the whole of the spine. Exhale, soften. Slide the hands back underneath the shoulders. From here, we're going to come up into our upward facing dog. So just decide, you can always take a cobra, but decide on your way into it whether it's too much. So from here, you might be here and think, actually, I can start to straighten through my arms. I can lift the pelvis off the floor, anchor down through the top of the feet. Knees are staying on the ground. Take a full breath. Maybe looking up slightly. Exhale, soften through the arms. Curl the toes under. Pushing all the way back up to plank. And downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Release through the head. Anchor down through that right foot. Inhale, lift the left. Bring the left knee all the way in towards the face. Then step the left foot up. Keeping the legs lifted now. Inhale, open up. So we're going to repeat what we've just done with these arm circles. So coming into this high lunge, decide when you arrive here, do you need to change the position of the feet so that you have a bit more of a balance here? So just checking in. And then we're going to start to sweep the hands again. So palms facing forward. Inhale, open up. Exhale, folding over this leg. The hands reach forward, come down to the ground. Inhale, circling. Exhale, forward. Strong in those legs. If it's too much, lower that back knee. One more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. Right hand comes forward, left hand back. Again, bring that left hand to the back of the right thigh. Reach the right arm up. And again, if that's too much, lower this right knee down. Reaching strong, full breath. From here, exhale, coming into our warrior two, pivoting that back foot, arriving here, full awareness. Invite that breath in. Some gentle movement. Inhale, straighten through that front leg. Right hand comes back, leaning back, stretching into the left side of the body. Exhale, keeping the legs where they are. Really reaching with that left hand. Folding forwards, left hand either on the shin, on the floor. Your choice. Take that right arm up. Or again, feel free, bring it onto the hip. Open up. Full breath here. Exhale, soften into that left knee. Pivot the hands down, frame the foot, come onto the toes of that back foot. Inhale, straighten through the legs. Exhale, folding over the left leg. Full breath here. Try and find some softness, leveling those hips off. And then exhale, bend into that left knee, bring the right knee down to the ground. Right hand plants, left hand reaches up, and as this left hand comes up, bend into this right knee and see if you can grab hold of this right foot. This might not be available, it might be that you can hold on to the elastic of your leggings, so you might be here, roll that shoulder open. You can always walk this left foot out a little bit wider too, and start to just open up through the hips. Your choice. Full breath. Any movement you need, please take it. Exhale, release. Bring your hands on the inside of this left leg. Anchor down through the top of that right foot. And we're just going to get a gentle sway here. You can lower the arms down if you want to and take full lizard. Maybe you just stay here. And then curling those back toes under. You can keep the hands where they are. This left foot can be out a little bit wider. Lift that back knee and then send the left foot back. Coming back into our down dog. Take a moment to pedal through those feet. You can rock the hips from side to side. You can bend and straighten. And then we're going to anchor down through this left foot. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, right knee draws in. And then step the right foot up in between the hands. Again, we're going to inhale, come up, find that balance first, and then we're going to dive straight into these circles again. So settle down, bend into this right knee, strong into this back leg, but have some softness in this knee. So don't make everything really rigid. Have a little bit of play with the legs. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, leaning forward. Take that circle as you breathe in. As you breathe out. Keep going. One more. Inhale, open. Exhale, right hand back, left hand forward, strong in the legs. Bring the right hand to the back of that left thigh. Reaching up. Take a breath here, strong. Drop the right hand down, inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Arrive here. Relax through the shoulders. Inhale, straighten through this front leg. Left hand comes back. Right hand reaches up. Exhale, keeping the legs where they are. Reaching forward with this right hand. Coming down to the shin or the floor. Taking that left arm out, Trikonasana. Again, do that little check. And the hips come forward, slightly left hip rolling back. Full breath. Relax through the head. Soften through this right knee. Pivot that back foot. Left hand, right hand comes down to the ground. Coming up onto the toes. Straightening through that front leg. Coming into our pyramid pose. You can walk the hands further back if you wish. Relaxing through the head, through the neck. And exhale, soften, bend into this front knee. Lower the left knee down to the ground. Left hand is planted. Inhale, take the right arm up, bend into this left knee. Come back, holding on to the foot, the leggings, wherever you can. You can walk this right foot out. Come down onto the palm. Open up, lean back, drawing this right leg, left leg, sorry, in towards the bottom. So drawing that right heel in. Really nice stretch into that quad. Find the breath. If this isn't available to you, you can always drop that foot down and just open up here. Take one more breath. Exhale, right hand comes down, left foot comes down to the ground. Hands on the inside of this right foot now. You can walk that right foot further out if you want to. And again, just taking a lizard variation. You can lower down to the elbows if you want to. Curl the back toes under, pushing through those hands, lifting that back knee, step the right foot back, coming into our dog pose. Full breath. Rolling forward into our plank. Lower all the way to the belly or chaturanga, into up dog or cobra. Coming back into our downward facing dog. Relax through the head. Bend the knees, look forward, step forward. Coming into our forward fold. And from here, maybe walk those feet out so they're at least hip distance apart. Have some softness in the knees. Just take a couple of breaths. You can hold on to the opposite elbow. Allow that head to just hang here. Really focusing on that breath. Release the hands, bring them to the back of the legs, so to the calves, hands wrap around. Inhale, just lengthen slightly, so draw the shoulders back, navel pulls in, gazing towards the front of the mat. Exhale, soften, and maybe just using those hands to draw you in a little bit closer towards the knees, towards the legs. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding back down. I'm just going to step back slightly so I've got a bit more space. So from here, you're going to inhale, bring your hands out to the sides, create that circle. Exhale, folding back down. Just like we did in those lunges. Inhale. Exhale. Move with your breath. Rolling up through the spine. Tucking the chin as we roll. Inhale, come all the way up. Really reach. Maybe lean back slightly. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. Just pause. Notice. Take a couple of breaths. Before we come down to the ground, just shifting your weight to your right foot. And feel free, if you want to bring the feet together, you can, but maybe keeping them stable underneath the hips. So just shifting the weight to the right side, feeling that left knee or left foot off the ground. Take a breath. In our one-legged Tadasana, you can wiggle through the ankle. And then just bringing that left shin or the ankle across the right knee. Maybe this is enough. Just taking variation of tree, of balance here. Or maybe you start to sink the hips down. Awareness into this left foot. Navel drawing in. Nothing fancy here, just being. Notice this can be challenging in itself. Find that drishti, that focus. Release the hands, palms face forward. Inhale, create that circle. Lift that left knee up. Exhale, send that left foot behind you. Hands reach back. Warrior three. With our airplane arms, you can soften into this knee, you can soften into that back knee, or you can start to lift up and straighten through that leg. Exhale, release. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, roll through your spine. Hands reaching back and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Shifting the weight to the left side. Peeling the left foot off the floor. And again, just pause. You can rotate that right foot. And then crossing the right ankle over the left knee, the left thigh. Maybe you sink the hips down, awareness in this foot. Navel draws back. Strong. Relax through the face, the shoulders. Release the hands. Inhale, take the hands all the way up. Release that leg. And then exhale, send the right foot behind you. Hands reach back, airplane arms, warrior three. Take another breath here. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, folding forwards. Soften through the knees. Lifting up onto the toes, sinking the hips down. Maybe opening up through the chest. Then exhale, just folding forwards. Hands come to the floor, just into a little ball. Breathing into the lower back. And then coming up. So you can roll back here if you want to, or you can slowly lower yourself down to the ground. Straight away here, just sending the feet out in front of you. And again, just creating those circles with our hands. So we're going to lean forward. We're going to bring our palms to face up. Some awareness into the feet. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, folding. Keep that going. One more. Inhale as you come up. Bend into this left knee, bringing the left foot down to the ground. You keep it on the same side. Wrapping this right elbow, the inner crease around this left knee. Just hugging in here for a moment. So use the hands on the arms to just open up through the chest. And you can stay here. You don't feel like you have to bring this left hand back. It could be that you're just drawing this left knee in towards the tummy, the chest. If you want to bring the left hand back, please do. And then slowly coming back through center. Release left leg, right foot comes in, and the same thing. Wrap that left elbow round, really hugging this leg in towards the body, giving yourself a hug. You can stay here. Find that breath. So powerful. If you want to release the right hand back, you can. And then slowly releasing. Sending the leg long, reaching with the hands. And slowly lowering all the way down, using that strength. Taking the arms all the way up, above the head. And then bringing the hands back down. Maybe just as we started, bringing the hands to the belly. And again, feel free to take some circles here on the belly. And then come to stillness. Notice those sensations through the body. Maybe there's certain areas of the body that you are tuning into a little bit more. Maybe they're speaking out to you a bit more. Relaxing through the face, allowing the feet to drop away from each other. The eyes are heavy, sinking back towards the head. The jaw is soft. Maybe the lips are gently parted. Relaxing through the shoulders and the heart, through the chest. Maybe if your hands are still in your belly, you can feel that warmth on your hands, that connection with yourself. Allowing the hips and the thighs to be heavy. A sense of heaviness through the whole of the body. And also this incredible lightness. Stay here just for a few more moments with our breath. Bring your awareness back to the space, back to the sounds you can hear around you. You can hear the birds singing. Start to wiggle the toes, movement through the ankles, maybe taking some circles. And then allow that to ripple up through the body as you start to get some movement. And then rolling over onto one side and coming back up into a seat. Again, just be aware of how you feel. Releasing the hands again, the palms facing forward. Roll those shoulders back. Just pause here, just briefly, inviting that energy into your palms, into your being. On your next breath in, sweep the arms up. Gather it all in. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. From me to you, I hope you enjoyed that practice. I know I did. Have a lovely day. Namaste.